Hello again, and here we are with the third segment of how to go about opening a language academy in Spain if that is what you feel the force is calling you to do and you want to move to Spain, and it's a beautiful lifestyle. So here we go with the third installment for what to do if you want to open up a language academy in Spain. Here we go. So in the first video we talked about finding the location. We hinted about needing a consultant, and then in the second video we talked more in depth about why the consultant is so necessary. Now in this third video we're going to talk about everything that your consultant will do for you, must do for you, in order for you not to have any types of fines with the government, so you don't have to pay any extra money. So there are models, which are documents, which are taxes that have to be paid. Social Security has to be paid at the end of every month for every employee. If you have no employees, then you don't have any Social Security tax. The Model 111 is the trimestral report of the income of the employees and the payment of the employee retention tax. That is 5% of the reported income for all of your employees. You pay that every 3 months. You pay the Model 115 every 3 months. This is representative of 18.5% more or less of what you pay towards rent to your owner, unless you yourself own the place, and then I'm not sure if you have to pay a Model 115. But we rented, so we had to pay it. Okay. We talked about finiquito, we talked about vacation pay. Okay. Annual documents that you need to report to the government. So you have to report at the middle of January. The Model 180, is the summary of the Model 115, which is what you have to pay each month towards rent to the government. So if, let's take that hypothetical 500 euros that you pay towards rent, you have to pay 18.5% of that, which in 3 months is about 277 euros and 50 cents. 3 months to the government in the Model 115. The Model 111. The Model 111 is something that you have to report every 3 months. Now the Model 190 is the annual summary of the Model 111. You don't have to pay. It's just something that you have to turn in saying, I paid this in the previous year. Then in January, you also have to declare your taxes. So your assessor needs to be an accountant. They need to do your sheet of incoming income and expenses. After all of your payments are made for the year, if you have made more than 12,000 of pure benefit after costs, the government, when you are a sole autónomo, one autónomo, the government will obligates you to fill out another model, which I don't even know what the number is because we never got up to that benefit, where you would have to report everything that you made, because the government reserves the right to tax you, I don't know how much, over 12,000. If you are 2 autónomos in a business, then you are allowed to have a benefit of up to, I think it's 22,000 it was last year. It may have gone up this year. So that's another thing to keep in mind. You have to pay so many taxes that if you even make more benefit, you have to pay more taxes to the government, unless you can find some way around it. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. Then there's another annual form that needs to be filled out. It's called the Model 347. This is the annual declaration of operations with third parties. It is purely informative. It is only needed to declare any type of operation that you've had with providers or clients. Those are the things that your assessor is going to keep in check for you. Social Security, every month for all your employees. The TCs, which need to be reported to you once you tell them how much is going to be paid to the employees. That you must pay at the end of the following month. Then after 3 months, you've got to pay the Model 111 and the 115. At the end of a year, you've got to report the 180, the 190, the 347, and a possible other model if you got more than 12,000 benefit in your academic year, which if you did, congratulations, it's really difficult to do in Spain. I think that about does it for the paperwork. You need a good accountant, a good laboral lawyer, and you really need a trustworthy assessor. They need to go to bat for you. They need to go to fire for you. You need to, you can't do this alone unless you're maybe a Spaniard who studied this stuff. It's true what they say. It's really difficult to break into the Spanish culture, even if you are Spanish. You will always be seen as an outsider. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But if you go in with your eyes open, I know plenty of people who have come here from England, America, France. They've opened up their own academy. Canada opened up their own academies. They've made a killing. They find success, and it can be done. It can be done if that's what you want to do. It's there for the taking. And the funny thing is, Spain's got a pretty low level of English compared to the rest of Europe. So this type of position is really in high demand. You just have to keep in mind all of those hurdles that you have to jump over and that you have to jump through to get to a legal place with the government, because the government it's got more hands in businesses than, they're like octopus. They've got their hands all over businesses, all over Spain. I've never seen anything like it. In the States, it's not like this. But it's like this here in Spain. So there you go. 3 videos that should help you get on the right track with starting off your business, knowing what to expect, knowing the documentation, all of the taxes that you're going to have to go through. Play around with some hypothetical numbers, like think about how much money you would charge your students. Figure out how many students you would need in order to break even. Figure out how many classrooms you're going to have. It's a big thing to figure out, and it's even more when you consider all of this paperwork that you need to think about. The next video, we're going to talk about organization of your academy and what you should do to keep things running smoothly. We'll talk about service agreements, we'll talk about contracts, and we'll talk about, everything that has to do with being an employee and working for a language academy in Spain. A little bit more in the details and the nitty-gritty of what you need for furniture, what you need in terms of books, in terms of games, how you want to structure your academy. And again, these are just my own suggestions. Obviously, you will do whatever you feel most comfortable with. These are just things that I myself have learned that have helped run the academy more smoothly. Once I understood this paperwork stuff, which was always a struggle, but once I sort of got a good handle on it, then I knew what was coming. I trusted my assessor. Things went a lot more smooth. There's more to come in that story, but I won't be telling that story for at least another year. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.